of the day. Are we ready, Manchester? This is the end of day one. I'm going to ask you one more time, Manchester. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the cast of Superman and Lois. Starting with Tyler Hoechlin. We also have Garfin, Jordan Osas, and Bitsie, Tulloch. Welcome. We're going to use the microphone.
And yeah, so I got a big binge session ahead of me. Hopefully a few years from now.
It's a good point. So you didn't want to kind of get other people's interpretation of Superman.
Too many things going on in here.
How about you?
Same answer. I had only seen one of the movies with Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder, and then when I booked the role, I consciously decided not to watch anything so that I wouldn't be unduly influenced by anybody else's performance, and I just trusted that whatever I was bringing to that audition was what they wanted to see, and so to just keep doing that.
Very cool. How about you?
I hadn't seen anything of it before, and then they kept referencing the Donner film of Christopher Reeve and starring in and all that. So all of us in the younger class, and my brother, who's actually here today, we all panicked and watched it in the middle of the night, and since then I haven't watched anything, I think. Yeah.
Would you agree that this iteration is more family-centric? There are a lot of Superman fans here that have seen everything from Smallville to the Brandon Routh films and things like that. What do you think sets this one apart? What makes it so special?
Kids! We have kids!
Yeah, I think we all know at least enough to know that this is a very family-centered show, and the other ones are origin stories and things kind of before that in life. So I definitely think that's, for us from the very beginning, been something we wanted to focus on, to keep it separate, to make it its own, and it was important to us just for it to kind of stand on its own. So.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, one of the reasons I feel like when people come up and they say they're really, really invested in the show, maybe more so than they thought, it is because at its core it is a family drama, and there's something that really resonates with them on that level, so.
Well, obviously, Superman being a part of that franchise has got to be a little intimidating, I'm sure. When you got the roles, did you kind of know you were part of something that spans so many generations and is a global phenomenon? Everyone knows Superman.
I think to break that up into two things, I was very aware of what it was and what how iconic the characters were, and we've always been very much flattered and humbled to be in that group and take it very seriously because we know it does mean so much to so many people. But weirdly, I don't know why, this is just a strange thing, but I had a really great meeting with Greg Berlanti, who's kind of the mastermind behind all of the CWDC shows, and when I first met with him and had a meeting it was just a general meeting is what I was told, and then we started talking about Superman, and he asked would that be a character I'd be interested in playing, and I said sure. So we talked about the character and kind of just said this is who I think he is and what he stands for and his core values and everything, and that meeting went really well, and then I got the offer for the job, and so for me it's always just been a big vote of confidence from him that whatever we discussed in that meeting was how he saw it as well. So it's been something he just kind of committed to, and if people love it, great. If they don't, sorry. But we kind of can only do the best we can. So that's just kind of been it.
I forgot the question. I'm really jet lagged.
Me too.
You forgot too.
It's really okay. We have so many fans here that are in Superman shirts and merchandise.
Yeah, let's hear the merchandise!
Yes! Get that merch. I gotta ask all of you, when you see someone in Superman cosplay, how does that feel when they're coming up dressed as Superman or any of the characters?
I think it's great. I think that's one of the cool things. That, again, these are not characters that have originated with us. So it's different, I think, when you're on a show where you're playing that character for the first time, and so when someone references that name, it's only you who's played it. But with this, it's such a legacy thing, and so it's nice to be a part of it. And you see somebody on the street, and you can wonder if they've been a fan for 2 years or 2 decades, or it's been around for over 80 years. So it's just kind of crazy to know you're a part of something that's been around for that long. So.
Very cool. All right, Level Up Leroy, I'm going to pass the mic to you. Do you have a mic? No. I'll pass the mic to you, so get those questions in.
I would say, is part of like the Arrowverse, which is so big, is there like a specific Arrowverse character that you'd love to bring back and have on the show?
Bring back on the show? Oh man.
Are you saying like one of the other Arrowverse characters that we'd love to see on the show? I mean, I think it'd be fun to have Grant on the show.
Yeah.
We're both friends with him. It'd be nice to have the Flash on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always the first one I think that comes to mind.
I've also always said I think it'd be cool to do a reporter team up with Iris and and Candace Patton. Yeah.
Who would yours be?
Well, I mean, personally, I love Melissa, so I'd love her to come back, but I know that's probably not possible.
We love Melissa too, so we would always be happy to have Melissa back.
Great question. Anyone else? Yeah, of course there is. Hello there.
Hi guys,
Hello.
welcome to Manchester. Just a little bit of season 2 spoiler, but in season 2 there's a villain who does something tea that's gonna terrorize.
Someone who does what?
A cup of tea, does something bad, a cup of tea. The villain?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, this could like terrorize most of Britain with all the tea drinkers, so I just thought that's happening. Are you tea drinkers or are you straight coffee?
I am. I had a peppermint tea today, and I often on set have an Earl Grey with cream and sugar.
I'm trying. Someone is trying to convince me to move into tea, and
It's never gonna happen.
I probably need to because I do drink too much coffee.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Yes,
I
I do.
can't have caffeine. I know what I don't know. I get all jittery. It doesn't agree with me.
Have you had any today?
I actually no, I haven't.
Okay, so he has not had caffeine
No.
today. Just take note that he has not had caffeine today.
No, you should say I'm like sweating. I'm like
So
I'm sitting
imagine.
there fighting through the caffeine. But I like tea. I mean, I've had it since I've gotten here. So that's good stuff.
Thank you. As a Superman fan, who's watched everything, don't worry about it. Keep going, you're doing great.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much. Appreciate it.
Anybody else? Anyone else? Yeah, we've got a gentleman at the back here.
Seeing that you've been, seeing that you've been in Teen Wolf, what's the difference between the two that you like?
What's the difference between
The two shows?
the two shows? One I get to smile and one I don't. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've noticed. It's also one shoots during the day a lot and one shoots during the night all the time. So, it's fun for me. It's been nice to go from something like two characters. There's similarities with them for sure that I like to kind of like hold on to, but there's also their past is so different. The way they look at things is so different. The way they approach solving problems is completely different. So it's a fun thing to have two characters that are so incredibly on opposite ends, but somehow still in a strange way fight for the same things. So.
Yes.
Hi, my question is for Tyler. Seeing as Superman is set on another universe, not Earth Prime, if you could, would you join the Flash before the show ends?
Is that a spoiler? Did everybody know that already? We'll see. We'll see. I haven't had any phone calls about it or anything, but I mean that could be something really fun, and it'd be interesting to see how I would approach that, with that being the situation. Going over there. Hypothetically. So yeah, but I mean, especially if there was a call and Grant gave me a call. The most fun thing I think doing the Arrowverse crossovers and things like that was Grant was such a huge Superman fan that like every time I showed up, I felt like the most welcome person that's ever been on that set. Grant was just so happy to have Superman on set, so it was always really fun.
All this talk of like the crossovers and stuff, and now that we spoiled it, we're not. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean like that. But now that we're not a part of the Arrowverse, I kind of let my imagination run wild and think, well, if we're not part of the Arrowverse, asking those questions is like, I'm friends with the Trailer Park Boys. I think they should come on. They got Dexter. I think Dexter should come on. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? I think we can get anyone on. Like all of a sudden we got E.T. showing up, think it'd be great.
Again, no caffeine
No one give him
today.
tea. No one give him coffee.
Someone has definitely found out they can drink in the UK. This gentleman over. Hey guys.
Questions for Tyler. Can you give us all the Superman pose?
No, sorry. I got a strong rule in the suit only on that one. It just doesn't. It does not. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. I'm very sorry.
Yes, can we keep it questions?
One of these
for the
days.
guys? Yeah.
One of these days. One of these days.
Just wanted to Bitsie and Tyler, did you think you would get in your series when you signed up to being success Superman Lois?
No, not at all. I was only supposed to do the character for 2 episodes on Supergirl. That was when I originally went in. They were going to do a guest star, and then they had to resubmit permission, like another request to have permission to have me come in for 2 more at the end of season 2. And then some other conversations I can't go too into detail with, but it was like very apparent there wasn't going to be anything after Elseworlds and things like that. So it kind of was like an evolving situation that eventually became what it is. So definitely not. I honestly, when I said yes to the job, I was like, yeah, it'll be fun. I'll do it for 2 episodes and check that box and play a superhero. It'll be fun. So yeah, definitely been crazy to see where we are now.
See, I have a different answer, and I was cast after him, but I was told, and it was the person who told me this. I haven't told him who told me this, but the person who told me said, because I was doing Elseworlds, and this person said, my instinct is, and I have very, very good reason to believe that if the fans really like the 2 of you together, you guys might get your own show. So it wasn't like a promise, but it was like I have a very strong feeling. Yeah. And then I didn't hear anything, and it aired, and people seemed to love it, and then I didn't hear anything for a couple months, and then I got the phone call.
Let's go over this side. We got some hands up here. Pass the mic down.
A bit of a random one, just to see how you think of yourselves. What dog
Not highly.
breed would you say you were like?
What was the question?
What dog breed would you say your personality was similar to?
What dog breed is our person?
Golden Retriever. Yeah.
I don't know what my personality is similar to, but my favorite, David and I had a very sweet special needs French bulldog who passed away about 2.5 years ago, and I just can't walk by a Frenchie without like freaking out.
German Shepherd? Oh, okay, sweet. Yes, German Shepherd. That seems to work well.
We've got one recently.
Hi Tyler, I'd like to ask you, seeing as Dylan Spirit played the younger version of Superman on Man of Steel, when you went to do the show, did you talk to him for any tips?
That was after. I hadn't. So no, we actually still have not had that chat. Strangely enough. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I was off of Teen Wolf by that time. I think I'd been gone for a little while. But yeah, it would have been fun to actually pick his brain a little bit. I'll have to go back in time and do that.
Great question. She was really nervous about asking that, bless her.
Hi, this is a question for Alex. Try not to get too spoilery, but as Jordan's been coming into his own more in season 2, could we maybe see him suiting up alongside his dad in season 3?
I mean, at the end of season 1, you saw him wearing.
That's a great answer.
Dark.
That was a great answer. Well done. Well done.
And in season 1, you saw him wear this dark suit to the funeral, right, like a suit and tie. Beyond the suit and tie, I'd probably lose my job. He's up there, aren't you?
Every day.
So, Alex, how does it feel for you to be a part of this continuing storyline? So, for Tyler and Bitsie, you joined in like with all the other different shows and the crossovers, and then you suddenly come into your own show and you got your own extended storylines. And how does it feel to finally be able to have your own show and Alex joining in?
Yeah, man, it was a trip. I mean, I started just as a kid in high school, right? I mean, I was doing a little bit of acting stuff on the side, but I wasn't even sure if that was the path my life was going to go down. I mean, I was in a performing arts high school, and then I got the audition, didn't think much of it, but then I actually saw it on the wall of my school, and took it down off the wall of my school, because there were open casting. And then I went in for the wrong brother. I gave up halfway through the script and said, I'm not going to get hired for this. I go play football, and they gave me the next script, and it was a trip. You know, your life can change in an instant, and usually that's used in a negative connotation, but also I think it can be used just to express how random life could be and how that can be a wonderful thing and give you opportunities as well.
Great question.
Thank you.
Tyler, Bitsie, and Alex. Bitsie, locking ring, by the way.
Thank you.
Basically, so obviously you know with the DC universe is changing. So the multiverse is a thing. It got made a thing when Grant met Ezra, and obviously Comic-Con, Dwayne Johnson came to Black Adam. There's been rumors that obviously you're not going to tell me if you knew that Michael B. Jordan will be playing Val Zod, Superman Earth 23. You've got Tom Welling, Smallville Superman. So what do you guys think of the possibility of the crossover of the multiverse that you guys may end up one day on the big screen and the small screen and all the screens?
For me, it's funny. When I was younger, I've been doing this for a long time now, but when I was younger, there was such a difference between film and TV. I think the way that people take in stories now, whether it is on going to the cinema or watching it at home, that gap has closed significantly. It's obviously, I mean, you go and see DC Marvel movie on the big screen that has hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more than that, as a budget. There's obviously going to be a difference, but storytelling really has become more and more comparable. So for me, if it happens and the story is great, amazing. If the story is better for us staying where we are, to me, it's honestly not as much of a difference anymore. I'm happy to service whatever the fans would be happiest and most excited to see, and creatively what we can make the best. So if that ends up being something on the big screen, that'd be awesome. If it ends up being just what we're still doing now, that's also awesome. So whatever gives you guys the best content of what we're doing is what I'm up for. So.
And that's the crossovers. I'm still waiting for Yoda to show up. Clark Kent. I find myself in Kansas.
Reverse Flash.
Obviously, I've come as Reverse Flash today, not the Flash. Tyler, you've had two opportunities now to play a variation of an evil Superman. I'm just wondering what if you had to get into a certain headspace to do either of them, be that like Sue or Bizarro.
I think it's just finding a different motivation. You know, I mean, with those characters, you always try to approach it from their point of view. They're not evil. They think they're doing what they think is right. So you have to kind of find why they believe that. So it's really just finding what their motivation is. And so it's, for Superman, it's something very specific, and for those guys, it's something very, very opposite of that, to be honest. So it's just finding that and focusing on that. But nothing too crazy. I didn't have to like hide from everybody on set or anything like that. I actually would say that the Bizarro episode that we shot,
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up.
was one of the most fun. What's that? Some was practical, and then some we did. They did a lot of really creative stuff. I will say that our special effects team is incredible, and everybody on our show, all the departments do such an incredible job with the budget that we have. Everyone stretches that beyond what they should be able to do with it. So it's really a testament to how talented they all are. But that Bizarro episode was one of the most fun episodes for me to shoot. Bitsie and I mean, everybody, all of us, but like the scenes that I have with Bitsie were just some of my favorite scenes to shoot.
Pretty sure he spit on me a couple times. He was so into it and like
Angry.
getting to just be angry and yell and like gesture, and it was really fun.
No one recognized me. I had my hair straight. It was actually my idea to put the hair straight up. Screw it, I'm not doing much in this episode. Just kind of let me do it. Yeah, I walked into set that day and no one knew who I was. They thought it was like some PA, they got lost. I'm like, what are you doing here? And I look up and they're like, Alex! I look up and I'm like, don't talk to me in my darkness. Right. I really went method for that. All 5 lines of it.
Sure you meant for that too.
Right.
Hi, I was wondering if you play any pranks on set, and if you do, what's the best one that's been done?
I don't know which one he's laughing at right now.
There was a time, I think Tyler, like, very lightly pranked Bitsie, and then Bitsie tried to retaliate by crawling under Tyler's chair. And I don't know if you remember, so there's a cast tent where we all sit, and the chair is like here above. And she tried to crawl from underneath the tent and around and stare at him in some strange way, and we were, under the chair, and then she got stuck under the chair. And it was a whole ordeal. It was...
True story.
Yeah.
It's one of my few limited pictures on Instagram. Because he's stuck underneath the chair. I would say we don't have a ton of time for a lot of practical jokes, but we do get some good like scares in every once in a while, here and there. We'll sneak those in. There's always a good time for that.
I mean, I got you pretty good this past season.
With what?
It was something with like Tyler thought he was done. I mean, that was like pretty good. I'm not gonna go into too much detail.
I'll just say she got me really good.
Yeah.
She got me really, really good. That was, yeah. One day. When the show's done, I will elaborate on that story.
Hi, this question's for Tyler. So I know you've worked quite extensively with Ian Bowen in the past in Teen Wolf. So what was
Too much.
What was the reunion like? So, just to end up on opposing sides again this season.
So the funny thing is that it never ends with Bowen. I see Ian all the time, no matter what. We vacation together. He's one of my best mates. So I had actually just finished hanging out with him a few weeks prior to him finding out that he got the job. So then it was like, all right, cool. So I'll see you in like 2 weeks. Sweet. But it was a lot of fun. He really is like one of my best friends, and so to have him up there in Vancouver, especially after the first season and being in lockdown up there when we were shooting, it was nice to feel a little bit of like, old life meeting new life and old friends meeting new friends. So it was really special to have him up there.
He's great, and I have to say I was really impressed by just like how much enthusiasm he had, and he was so excited to always be on set and was really into the show. And I thought he did a really terrific job.
He was the best. He was an absolute joy.
Okay, we've got time for 2 more.
This is for Taylor. If you had to go to another universe, what Superman would you want to help you?
I mean, I gotta say, I feel like it'd be foolish not to say Christopher Reeves. The legend. We gotta, I feel like I have to. Is there another answer? I don't think that's the go-to. It's the go-to. I would love to. I have friends who knew him and his parents knew him well and everything, and just always had such lovely things to say about him. Just purely for that fact alone, I'd love to have been able to work with him. So I think that would that's kind of my hands down answer, I guess.
Absolutely the right answer. Right, the last question, let's make it a good one. We've got a good one over here. I can tell it's going to be amazing. Going to finish this off with you.
Oh yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah.
My question's for Bitsie. Obviously, John and Natalie know you from another universe. What did you sort of do in preparation for like all their grief and everything?
and trying to come to terms with like there's two different Lewises out there.
I mean, that specific storyline, I didn't have to do a ton of preparation because my Lois had no recollection of them. And since then, it's, you know, as she's come to know the two of them, it has sort of just become a special bond in and of itself. And we really love Taylor, who plays Natalie and Wolay. They're amazing actors, but the reality is I had to sort of just be shell-shocked a bit and as if, you know, truly these were strangers to me. So it didn't require a lot of like, you know, history or working on it too much.
Let's hear it for Taylor and Wolay, by the way. Come on! Woo! Yeah! And my brother Max over there!
You guys have been so great. Great questions from our audience today. Give yourselves a round of applause. I knew you guys would have some great questions for our panel. We're so thankful that you guys have come to Manchester, and we
Thank
so
you for
appreciate all
having
your
us.
insight. Yes. Any final words? We'll start with you. Any final words for your legions of fans here in Manchester?
What time is it? What time is the place closed down?
Yes, time.
Come visit me down at the booth. Me and Bitsie are down over there in the corner. Come on down.
Right, the salesman. I love it. Any final words for your fans?
Everybody looks amazing. And part of the fun of coming to these cons is seeing what everybody's wearing, and everybody's just been so kind and welcoming, and thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's good to have the cons back. You see people out here showing up, and we're just excited to be here. And hope you guys had a great day today, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
Yeah! What a way to close out Comic-Con Manchester Day 1. Please give it a round of applause to Alex, Bitsie, and Tyler, the cast of Superman and Lois.
When the cast of Friends shows up, it's fine.
Yes, and they are